know if coming to this town was the best idea. Bright fall, bright future. Yeah, right.
Well, it could be worse, my dude. You could be actively stuck in the dark place. Or taken. Although, granted, it's probably, you know, maybe a little bit too soon to tell for him.
Clean, Anderson.
Oh.
I know why Nightingale was here 13 years
Oh,
ago.
here we go.
He was chasing a writer.
Yep.
Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him.
Yeah.
She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah.
I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold Case Casey. Case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. Same name, similar job.
Yeah,
It's the
similar.
first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail.
So it was 3 years after his...
Prose describing murders.
What?
You've heard the stories about what happened in New York.
What did happen
Some
in
of
New
it,
York?
At least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult.
They did mention a
Turns out
murder
fragments sent to
cult on the
me
thing,
were
yeah.
From the crime books of Alan Wake.
Oh.
The cult was copycatting the murders from the books.
Oh,
They
no.
were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined
What?
prophet.
Huh?
After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
What?
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Cauldron Lake is closed. And what if those aren't just cults? What if that was actually Alan's work becoming real? Like, retroactively.
Oh, God, though. How in the hell?
The hearts.
Return to the hearts, yeah. But how
The
in the
page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
Fair. I think we have to figure out what a lot of things in here mean. My God.
Where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here.
Yeah.
A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues.
I mean,
To solve the case.
in the original story, you know, Departure, Alan wrote most of it under the influence of the Dark Presence, was fighting against her, figured out a way to escape, wrote that into the story, and then basically had to kind of give himself whatever advantages and clues he could through a story that was already heavily written and thus established.
Yeah.
What the
sort
hell
of
is happening
cult
here?
refers to themselves as a cult?
That's a fair
My
point.
experience.
Yeah, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Like, they seem to know that they are a cult, like that they would be considered a cult, right? And not like an organization or a community or something.
Hello, Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela.
Oh, you're from the commercials. Hey, man.
Yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on an important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am.
Oh,
I'm authorized to be here.
yes.
And I bet
Yes, you were
two
talking
are
about that, yes.
murder. Nasty stuff.
About what?
The FBC. He said he's with the FBC.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the detector used to detect altered world events for the Federal Bureau of Control.
Oh, snap.
Oh my god, that's how they, in the second DLC of Control with Alan Wake, they get an alert that an altered world event is happening at Cauldron Lake, but the date is listed in the future.
Oh, here we go.
I'm guessing that this must be where it comes from.
Excuse me. That's all I have to say about that,
Did you
apparently.
hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park.
Because
There's
someone made a
sauna de vihta,
Somebody decided to make a Coffee World amusement park.
Tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
Thanks for the sales pitch, buddy.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels.
Oh, that is not what you're measuring.
Oh,
It's
no.
mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater saga. Looks
Well,
Nordic.
Why are you like that? Why are you wet?
Yeah.
Hello.
Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid.
Why would you need
I don't know
classification
anything
to talk
about
about
murder.
air
Operations here are
toxicity
run
and
by a different
volcanic
department.
activity?
I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. Those were real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can not run through a garbage can.
I almost completely missed that when he said
My mother made
FBC.
this
Yeah.
for me.
Oh.
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Ulla, Karjalanpiirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally.
Oh, nice.
I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Well, I need to get back to it.
It does look cozy.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the things don't burn out because of the raccoons.
Let's
I'm
get to
most
murder
certainly
site,
guessing that it might be overabundance of
Oh.
what?
Did you hear what he said?
What?
Ilmo said, "What'd you find there,
A lot
Stephen?"
of
He
things
said
about
nothing,
this
just
case
something that
keep
shouldn't be
bothering
here.
Yeah.
But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
Yeah, I don't think it was
He was
either.
about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know.
I think there would be more fire if it was
Kind of
spontaneous
disappearance we
combustion.
normally solve.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. He's like, oh, I just measure, Steven, I have to admit, is kind of wonky because he's like, oh, yes, we just measure volcanic activity.
Drowning.
Crows.
I never minded rain.
Uh-oh.
Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
After we find Nightingale, what then?
Yeah, really. How do you contain
I've never
this man?
arrested a monster.
That's fair.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
Not
I
like
know
this,
what I
though.
Monsters.
I mean, he just disappeared the
Life
first
worked
part.
against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else.
That's fair.
Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective.
That's fair.
Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it.
That's not
Let's
wrong.
look around.
She's not wrong.
Learn what this ritual is.
Someone's...
We've
Ooh.
seen this symbol before.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the necklace. It's on the necklace.
Die.
And probably on some of the locks, too.
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, Steven is not a very good FBC agent in terms of keeping things normal because he said that he's like, oh yes, we just monitor volcanic activity and air toxicity, and then 2 seconds later he says, oh, I can't tell you anything that's not classified. Why would you need that high levels of classification to talk about this? Lord, dude.
Yeah.
I understand, you don't necessarily want to
Bare
say so,
feet.
but still.
Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case.
On it.
Thanks.
If he comes up, I'll radio you.
Thanks, Casey. You were the best.